Yo, what is up guys, Beach Banana here, and today we're playing some PUBG Mobile right now, as you can see by my joystick. I know some people have been like commenting that I'm playing on a mouse and keyboard, like bruh, are you serious? Are you joking me right now? Dude, if I was playing with a mouse and keyboard, I'd just like shoot myself. But anyways, we have some news for PUBG. So PUBG is apparently filing a copyright lawsuit to shut down its competition on the mobile platforms. And the company behind Rules of Survival and Knives Out, NetEase, is getting sued by PUBG. And this is major news for the mobile community, because we might see like Rules of Survival and Knives Out like get taken down. And that would be really traumatic, because that community is so large. And I mean, it's slowly dwindling down because everybody's starting to go towards PUBG, at least in my field of view, like my community as a whole. But yeah, it's pretty insane how such a large company is taking down the smaller companies. Kind of sad in a way. I guess you're able to use that power, but they do have pretty reasonable explanations as to why they're doing this. And like especially copyright infringement and unfair competition and trade dress infringement, that is pretty like there's this 155-page complaint, and under that it shows like different screenshots of things and the complaints behind that, and it's actually really interesting. You guys should check it out. And there are quite a lot of similarities, but the main thing I wanted to focus on was my involvement with this. Oh my god, on page 93 of the complaint, it states, "These and other similarities are used to confuse the public into believing that the NetEase games are developed by PUBG," the company notes, repeating the same argument of Rules of Survival and Knives Out, and intended to create consumer confusion as to the source of Rules of Survival, and intended to cause consumers to believe incorrectly that Rules of Survival has been developed by PUBG. The company highlights this point by noting that both games are regularly referred as PUBG Mobile in the marketplace, suggesting that there is indeed confusion. And right under there is my video, my mobile PUBG Knives Out solo adventures #1, with me sniping in the thumbnail and also having the PUBG character. And when I saw this, I started laughing. I was like, how am I featured in this? What the heck? I've never been featured ever. So, oh my god, this is so funny, because they're basically arguing that since we're apparently confusing Knives Out and PUBG, and like the game creators of Knives Out, like that confusion is causing this like difference in market share, I guess, and how people are going towards Knives Out, at least in the beginning of the time when Knives Out was actually out and PUBG wasn't. And so that's so funny, oh my god, because that for me at least, the reason why I put mobile PUBG in there was because it'd get more views. If people knew that like there was some form of mobile PUBG out in the game, then like people would click on the click on the video and like maybe watch it, and maybe that's how, like, also it's kind of like those tags that go along with YouTube videos. That's basically how you get the views. If you put out Knives Out and then some sort of things, it's like, okay, what's Knives Out? You're trying to attract the people who already know this gameplay, game type, which is the Battle Royale. And so the most apparent Battle Royale is PUBG. So putting mobile PUBG right next to Knives Out would create a sense of connection, and this is probably the reason why they're kind of on the lawsuit for this, because of this connection. But it's kind of funny how my YouTube video and thumbnail is on page 93 of the complaint, and it's actually really interesting. I've never been on a complaint of a lawsuit. So yeah, that pretty much wraps up the story. Yeah, we just see PUBG, it created the game first, at least since it's so large and so popular. Even though it wasn't the first Battle Royale, it could claim it is. And so using that, they could basically take down the competition on the at least on the mobile market through copyright infringement. And like, there are some arguments if you check the PDF file, because you have all 155 pages. Like, just to name a few, PUBG pointed out the pre-game lobby and waiting area, jumping from the air from an airplane along with the parachute, the frying pan, airdrops, and also the winner chicken dinner announcement at the end of winning a game. Those were just some of the examples that they pointed out, but if you want to look at the full list, I'll leave a link in the description down below, so be sure to check it out. But yeah, that pretty much wraps up the story. It's kind of interesting how I was associated with it. When I looked at the headline on the mobile PUBG Reddit, I was like, alright, let's check this out. I mean, you saw it coming, kind of, because of how similar these games were to PUBG. But anyways, yeah, when I looked at the whole page itself, I was like, wait, what? That's my thumbnail. What the heck? Oh wait, that's my video. Okay, wow. But yeah, so over here, I'm just gonna talk about the gameplay now, because I've been loving this game so much now. So right now, I usually play the squads versus solo games on the new desert map, the Miramar. I forget what it's pronounced exactly, but I love playing with the car with the 8 times. That's my shit right there. I love it so much, and it's very hard. I need to practice a lot to get better, but I'm keeping on. But yeah, I choose solo versus squads most of the time when I'm playing, because that gives me the most challenge, and the more challenge you get, the better you get, because that's how it works. You learn to adapt to those hard, sticky situations, and there are plenty of sticky situations in this game. So over here, I see these two guys, and I pull up with my M249. This weapon is so strong because it has so many bullets, and it's actually pretty accurate, and you don't even have to zoom in most of the time. Over here, it's kind of glitchy. When you scope in, sometimes your character model like looks up in a way where it messes up your scope, but I'm not sure if that's a glitch or that's a feature, but I hope it's a glitch, because I hope they fix it. But anyways, here, a pro tip with taking meds and other sorts of stuff is you can actually move around quite a bit before your meds stop, and it kind of takes some time to master it, especially if you're a beginner, because using this tactic is very good in order to not get shot in the head by some sniper, because if you're standing still, you're a very easy target. So I highly recommend you try it out in your next game. Just pop like an energy drink and then move around just a little bit, and you can move in a certain distance before it it registers it as you're still drinking the drink or whatever. So that's a pretty useful tip. I've definitely used it. I actually use it all the time, because I've gotten used to it, and that's the way I roll. But sometimes that can actually mess you up, because if you're behind a tree and somebody knows you're behind that tree, you want to stand still in an angle where they can't get you, because if you start moving around, they're gonna start shooting and they might be able to get you down. So anyways, there's 10 people alive still, and so I have 17 kills so far. There are some bots still at my rank in my level. It's just how it goes, because you know, mobile PUBG still has bots, and like, it's not too often, especially now that I'm playing against squads. Most of the people in that squad are actually people, because all these Chinese players, there's so many Chinese players, and yeah, you basically don't see bots unless you're running around in the open and you just see somebody just bolt straight at the circle, and they only have like level 1 gear or something, and if they shoot you, they hit a very small amount of damage. Like, for example, here, I feel like this guy was a bot. Yeah, he definitely was a bot, because he didn't do too much damage to my health. You can tell by that health damage quite a bit. But actually, if you mess around with bots and you just follow them around, if for a certain distance, they won't notice you until you make any sounds or something. but you can just mess around with them, run behind them for the longest time. And actually, like, sometimes I use the bots to the advantage, because people would just pull up the bots. They would what's it called, resurrect the bots. Revive, they're resurrect from the dead. But anyways, yeah, they would revive the bots, and I would be able to shoot them down with my car because they were standing still. Also, while reviving, you could also do the same thing, move around, just like you're drinking the energy drink, which is very useful in those sticky situations. But anyways, I see this team. So at this point in the game, I'm getting super nervous. Usually I'm scared of people coming up behind me or being in a bad position, especially with a circle coming up behind me. But anyways, I'm actually in a pretty good position right now. I positioned myself on top of the hills, and I am able to take these people down, except I missed that shot. I think he starts running after getting shot once again. Sometimes the car, you have to like hit them three or four times, because the chest and body armor are quite insane to penetrate with the car. You have to get those headshots, and even if they have a level 3 headgear, the freaking helmet, like, you won't be able to kill them, which sucks. But I guess it works both ways, where if I have a level 3 helmet, I won't die to a car shot. But anyways, I go around this corner. I try and stay inside the circle, because staying inside the circle will help a lot, because sometimes if you're running up to the circle, it'll cause you to look at different things and not see people that are already in the circle, and they would like just destroy you. So I run around, and I think I start hearing footsteps. I'm not sure if you hear that, but yep, he's right there, and he starts shooting, but he misses all of his shots at the very end. And his name is Renzyx, so it's an actual guy. It's an actual player. But anyways, we're down to the last person, me and the other person, and I'm super paranoid right now, because I don't want to mess this up. I have 23 kills, and I really want to win this game, to kind of just solidify the victory. You know, it feels good when you get that nice solo versus squads win. But yeah, so I basically, at the last 2 circles, I'm always rotating around to see where the last person is. At this point, he has to be in front of me, because my previous locations, I already know that nobody was there, unless he was hiding in some bush and I didn't notice. But anyways, I go around, and there is no noise whatsoever, so I'm just running around looking at every angle, looking at every single bush, and boop, there he is. He's peeking behind the rock, and he could have seen me, I think, if he's third person. But anyways, he didn't really react too well. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Hopefully you guys liked the little story. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like, and maybe considering sharing it with your friends if you guys saw my gameplay. But anyways, I'll be uploading more videos like this. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Peace out.